Welcome back to MGS1, and Pixie's joining us as a guest.
That's me?
It's been a while. Alright, so time for one of my favorite bosses of all time in a video game.
Yeah.
Alright.
Perfect.
This boss completely blew my freaking mind when I first played it in 1999. You'll see.
Literally or figuratively?
Yes.
Both.
Oh, it hurts.
What's wrong?
Don't come here, Snake.
Oh crap.
Wait.
Oh snap! Adam's about to attack Snake! Quit it, Jody!
Sorry, Joe, I don't think.
You know, now that I think about it, Jody would have made for an interesting villain in Metal Gear Solid.
Okay,
Uh-oh.
let's go.
That's creepy.
You don't sound fine.
Yes!
That should be-
Completely trust her after all that.
That should be your hint, Shuri.
Also boom fading.
Oh?
Mr. Fox.
It's because still this engine has a bit of graphical glitches. This was already a thing in the original hardware.
I know. I'm just jesting.
I'm going to headcanon that Snake knows something's up, but he just figures that
Why
he really
not?
won't be
You
able
know,
to solve
the
stuff.
best-
Well,
Well,
it's more so that he feels there's something weird, but he's not entirely sure, so he's just going to see how this plays out.
What I was gonna say is he might be like keeping his cards to his
Oh,
chest
crap.
so that he doesn't give anything away.
Possibly. Oh boy.
Meryl.
Snake, how do you like me?
Oh, hi, Psycho Mantis.
Like me?
There you go.
Mantis.
He's a psychic soldier, and he can control people's minds.
No, it's a joke. It's okay.
So, sure, sorry.
Is this the bit
Okay, Meryl, this is not my idea of a first date.
Hey, is that that bit in Scarface?
Hold on, I got a call.
Meryl's not herself. Don't
You don't
Oh, you
say!
think?
He's controlling Meryl. That tune is his mind control music.
don't use your weapon. Try to knock
Yeah,
her
you just
out.
told me that.
Yeah. Well, remember, the Colonel is probably panicking a bit right now, considering, Meryl's in danger.
Snake. That's Hatsune
Just
Miku.
punch her.
Okay, so yeah, like the Colonel said, don't use your guns, use your fists to try to knock her out.
Also,
There you
it's
go.
always Miku at the end of the day.
He's literally seeing stars now.
Optic camouflage, huh? I hope that's not your only trick.
Oh, if only.
You doubt my power.
Oh, here we go.
I will show you why I am the most powerful practitioner of psychokinesis and telepathy in the world.
It's because you're the only one, Dunce.
He's voiced by Doug Stone.
Wait, Doug Stone! That's the guy who plays the turtle in the Swan Princess sequels.
Yep.
Yep.
Wow. He went from this to those.
Sad. Oh well. Yeah, so check this out, guys.
Now let me read your mind.
Oh, here we go.
Okay.
Listen to this, Shuri. My past.
You're a careless man, aren't you?
You despise me, don't you?
However, you are skillful at eluding traps.
Huh. Okay.
Still don't believe
Nope. Try something else.
read more deeply.
Yeah, you could read that on CCTV.
It gets even better, Jibs.
I can see into your mind.
Don't worry, I don't
Hold on.
know this bit.
So, you like
Wait, what?
So, you like Azure Dreams?
What is
Wait a
this?
minute. Wait
Oh, I
for it.
remember this.
I do enjoy role-playing games. How do you know that?
Bundle hearts, specifically.
How do you know?
Is he about to say it?
Sorry, I missed the Castlevania one. I'll show it later.
Ah.
Have not seen
No, I have.
Yeah.
How the fuck do you know that? You fucking magical game. What the fuck?
Apparently, he reads all the other Konami games that were
Yes.
on PlayStation.
Yes. Check this out.
Still don't believe?
He's gonna prove it again.
I'll show you my psychokinetic power.
He's very prideful about that stuff.
All right, I'll do that.
Put it down as flat as you can. That's good. Now I will move your controller by the power of my
This is brilliant.
Yeah.
And while he's doing this, the controller vibrates, by the way.
In a specific manner, if I recall correctly.
Can you no, Shira, imagine preteen Pedro playing this, and I'm just going, what? Is this game magical or something? What the fuck is going on?
I would be like hiding behind my couch if that happened.
Oh, Ideo, what are you doing? What are you doing, Ideo? Ideo?
Are you feeling it? Are you feeling Kojima's touch in the dark?
No.
Okay, and now guess what, Shira? Believe it or not, we haven't gotten to the best part yet. Okay, so Psycho Mantis can read every single move you make, and by every single move you make, every single button input you press, he will know in advance, meaning he can always dodge you. So if he can read all of our, let's ask Nastasia for help. See what she can help.
I'm just gonna assume that he is politely waiting for us while we're having this call.
Yes. Yes.
It's funny because in Smash games you actually do have to get the protocols just right in time.
Okay.
That's sadly not very helpful.
But I like the trivia though. Anyway, Master, help me.
It's true. Your enemy is a powerful telepath, but you've got more battle experience. You can do it, Snake.
Well, that helped me exactly, jack shit. Colonel!
Well, you know what? He was trying to give you some rousing.
Former KGB psychic. He has powerful telepathic abilities. After the collapse of the
So if a psychic like that, the Soviet Union still lost.
FBI on several cases as a psychic profiler. 5 years ago, he was working on the case of a multiple serial murderer. They got too far into the killer's mind. As a result, he became just like the killer.
So he
So he's
He
a
saw some
tragic-
things and stuff.
Yep.
So he lived long enough to see himself become the villain.
Lyra.
Catching another villain.
That applies to most of the characters in this game, as we'll see later.
I knew about the meta aspect for this character, but I didn't realize how far it went.
Oh, trust me, Shirai, it's about to get even better.
What if the mind of the serial killer he went into was his own, but it's an alter ego? He's not like consciously aware.
But yeah, like I was saying, sorry, Pixie. Like I was saying, he can read. He can read every input you make in your controller. You will not be able to hit him as you are right now. No, it doesn't matter. With gun, fists, whatever you use, he will immediately know what you're doing. Yes, I just hit him by luck, but trust me, trying to kill him right now without doing anything is basically necessary for something, because even if you manage to get a few hints, here's what you actually have to do. He reads all the button inputs from controller 1, so what you have to do is you have to switch your controller to port 2, and that way he will not be able to read your mind.
Excuse.
Yes, sure. Yes, sure.
I got. But what if controller port 2's broken?
Then I get
You're screwed.
And you're screwed, yeah.
But here's another question. What do you do if both control ports are already jacked in at the time?
You take out the second controller and put it in, or you can just use the second controller if you have it already connected. Because basically, Ideo. Shit, stop it, Ideo. Anyway, okay.
How was that at close range that you're gonna go and punch him and kick him? He's like, oh no, I can't read your mind, but I can't read your body either.
Yeah, here's how it works, Shirai. Every time the Ideo message shows up on screen, that's your cue to switch controller ports, basically.
Basically, Pixie, you could say that Snake finally came just as ready as his body is to kick Psycho Mantis' ass.
Again, I have to reiterate. Imagine me, preteen Pedro, playing this. Like,
you can also tell Silicon
blow your
Knight.
mind.
Silicon Knight was heavily inspired by this to use the altered effects in Eternal Darkness.
Yeah, basically what happened, Shirai, is I got stuck in this part, and I have to ask my friend who already completed the game, the one who I actually borrowed the game from, and he told me, sorry.
Are you talking to Shirai or me? I can't tell.
Shirai.
Sometimes you must break.
Sorry, I was talking to Shirai specifically.
Yes.
I had to ask my friend who I borrowed the game from that back in the day to help me because I got stuck here. And he told me switch to controller port 2, and I'm like, what? Yeah, just try it. And I'm just like, what the fuck is this game magical or something? How the hell does this game know what port my controller is connected to?
You know what, Pedro? You just remind me of something else, but I will get back to you at the very end of the game.
Sure.
That's like the kind of thing when you're a kid, you know, before the internet, where it's like, you know, that one kid who was like, oh, you can do this, and no one believes them.
Yeah, I totally get what you mean. Oh, you can get back to Johto after you beat the Elite Four in Hoenn 24 times.
That's good. That's what you... Well, Psycho Mantis, that's what you get for only reading port 1 of the PS1.
Like, just imagine some kid just like screaming in victory because they're like, yeah, I figured out how to beat you finally!
Yes, Shiri?
You know, honestly... Oh, go on, Shiri.
Oh, no, that was it.
Oh, okay. Go on, Jova.
I still say none of it trumps the fact that getting the Dream Ship in Super Mario Bros. 3 is actually a real thing, but as complicated as it is...
Yeah.
Like, I still think that one takes the cake in bouts of cryptic nature.
So yeah, when you decrease his health to a certain point, he will realize that, yeah, he's going to try to use Meryl to demotivate me from fighting.
Well, crud.
Also,
oh wait, no, apparently he forgot we can just do that.
Yeah.
You have to punch her to make her stop?
Well, it was either that or let her kill herself by being controlled by him, but, okay.
That said, I gotta love how... You gotta love
take the
Pedro.
gun from her.
You gotta love how, for all Psycho Mantis's brilliant planning, he did in fact that Snake may just knock her out again.
Okay.
Oopsie.
That being said, like Pixy just said, yeah, this is brilliant because, again, Kojima knows how to use game mechanics in very unique and unconventional ways to properly create a mood that you wouldn't be able to with just cutscenes. And again, and trust me, sure, this is not going to be the last time that we see this from a Metal Gear game.
It's also helped by, again, these all being in-game with the engine and everything instead of being an FMV.
Mm-hmm.
It also helps a bit more feeling like you're actually still in the game instead of just watching, you know, pretty graphics.
Aside from also making your controller... sorry, go on, Shiri.
I was gonna ask, since you mentioned it a couple of times, is Eternal Darkness the one where if you're delirious enough, the game will tell you it's deleting your data?
Yeah,
yep.
Among many other sweet things.
Yeah, cool.
And of course, and yeah, like you would probably notice, Shira, yes, the game will read your freaking memory card and check if you have any other Konami games saves on your memory card. And
specifically,
sorry, you're only gonna get Spyro games, I'm afraid.
Suikoden, Vandal Hearts, and Azure Dreams.
Colonel, your niece is going to be okay. Thanks.
I just knocked her out.
Just with some concussions.
Bit of a headache.
Brainwashing should wear off, right, Naomi?
Yes. But why did you go so far out of your way to save her? For Campbell's sake, or maybe it's because you like her?
Hold on, you'll see what this is going.
I see any woman die right in front of me.
Oh, really?
Men are
Since
okay,
when did
though.
anybody's death bother you so much?
Naomi, it's true that Snake has killed a lot of people. That doesn't mean he doesn't have a heart. It's okay, Colonel. She's right.
Oh, man.
You used the other... I wasn't able to read the future.
The other port.
It's the perfect joke, and now you get the punchline.
I love how he acknowledges it. I didn't expect him to.
Psycho Mantis just do be built like that, Pixie.
All right, so in much like in Metal Gear 2, now we'll get some backstory on Psycho Mantis.
To get to Metal Gear's underground maintenance base, you have to go through that.
Why is he telling us this? He gains nothing from it.
Because again, he's described as crazy. I get the idea as more moment of lucidity, potentially.
Yeah.
I think he respects us now, maybe.
A common thing in Metal Gear Pixie is solidarity between warriors/soldiers.
Especially after being beaten.
Okay.
Perhaps a bit of the hero that he used to be was peeking out there as well.
Very good, Jova. Let's listen to this.
People's minds. In my lifetime, I have read the pasts, presents, and futures of thousands upon thousands of men and women.
Oh, gross.
And each mind that I peered into was stuffed with the same single object of obsession. That selfish,
Bionicles.
fatalistic desire to pass on one seed. It was enough to make me sick. Every living thing on this planet exists to mindlessly pass on their DNA. We're designed that way.
Oh god, thank goodness the internet wasn't as advanced as it is now. Otherwise, if he went on a non-safe search, he would have been driven insane by that even further.
Yeah.
No past, no future. We live in the moment. That's our only purpose. Humans
Would
were
you say it's the
designed to bring each
heat
other
of the moment?
Basically.
The moment we're thrown into this world, we're fated to bring each other nothing but pain and misery.
Sad but true.
The first person whose mind I dove into was my father's.
But if someone who's dying, you still can talk a lot.
For me in his heart.
Adrenaline is a hell of a drug, Dwebs.
Mm-hmm.
And he despised me for it. I thought my father was going to kill me.
Ah, of course. Daddy issue.
dying word.
Daddy issues.
His dying words are something of a novel.
That's when my
Yep.
future disappeared. I lost my past as well. When I came to, the village was engulfed in flames.
Oh god, you went all carry on them, didn't you?
Almost as if maybe,
I see that
or maybe someone of like a flaming man helped you. Hmm.
we are truly the same, you and I.
Yeah, we're not so different, you and I, cliche.
Is more
I'm not saying anything.
The truth of the matter is that, for as cliche as that can sound, the truth of the matter is that yes, there are quite a lot of soldiers who do have this issue.
It's like the all is connected that was essentially ruined by the Wachowskis. There is some truth and merit in the line.
to kill as many people as I could.
You monster.
Let him talk.
Yeah, come on, Meryl, let's
That
try.
much time left.
Yeah.
I've seen through evil. You, Snake. You're just like the boss.
Literally.
Oh, you have no idea, Pixie. The rabbit
No,
hole
I
goes
do.
way deep.
I'm not so bad.
Because Pedro actually told me about
Yeah, I've actually already told her about this, yeah.
So we're actually not different. Yeah.
Oh, you read her mind?
I saw you there.
Oh.
Oh.
You have a large place in your heart.
A large place?
He just like covers his mouth. He's like, shut
Snake,
up, man.
read between the
Awkward.
lines.
Large place.
He's like, shut up, man.
Do not know if your futures lie together. I have a last request.
What is it?
My mask. Put it back on.
Okay.
Like this.
He's too powerful to die
Other
quickly.
people's thoughts force their way into my mind before I die.
Yeah, that's another good point to Ebs. Remember, he's a super soldier. He's not your typical human. So there's that too.
My own world.
I'm pretty sure there are characters in this series that aren't superhuman that still have long-winded death speeches, though.
I don't think so, actually. I think all of them are super, the ones that do have long-winded speeches.
I'll consider it.
Well, we'll see. We've got like 5 games to go through.
It's always a door behind a bookcase.
Classy.
Used my power to help someone.
Actually, that does make me wonder, Pedro. When we tackle the other games, are we going to like also veer off into the spin-offs as well, here and there?
Eventually, but for now, I'd like to focus on the main series.
As you know, from what I recall, they were starting to release some of the spin-offs like Peace Walker or
Well, actually, Peace Walker is actually a mainline game. Kojima himself even said so back in the day.
I'm sorry.
right. It's kind of like the Kingdom Hearts thing where you
Portable
think
also
stuff's
is more zigzag. Like it's canon, but it's not addressable.
If you're gonna die
I just don't
yourself,
get why do these Japanese devs occasionally get afraid of numbers only to come back to them later?
Japan is more used to have, everything that is canon without naming to be necessarily linearly named,
I
numbered.
won't do it again.
But that's the
Also,
point, though.
Meryl, to be fair, he's a literal super soldier. It would be kind of hard to resist that power, I guess.
Yeah. Hold on. About what Mantis
I
said.
was just wondering.
What? What's the problem now?
Oh, no, nothing.
Don't worry, Meryl. Maybe later.
What's your name?
Right.
Your real name?
Name means nothing on the battlefield.
How old are you?
Old enough to know what death looks like.
Any family?
No, but I
Listen, I don't want to talk about it because my
raised-
parents, for some reason, actually named me Snake.
I was raised by the Grim Reaper.
You know, poor Mel's gonna be sad that the real woman who won Snake's heart is actually an intergalactic bounty hunter who drives an orange ship and has a grudge with a space dragon.
You're a sad, lonely man.
And you have my pity. Farewell.
Basically, yeah. Okay.
Cool story.
All right.
Again, don't worry. It'll be Samus that.
And there you go. The game even gives you a message. Okay, now you can put the controller back into control port 1.
Sounds over.
It's safe. It's safe now.
So sure.
That was great.
So sure. Thoughts on thoughts on Psycho Mantis.
Again, that was great.
Indeed. All right. So with that, let's continue. We still have a Metal Gear to stop.
Roy, you can actually get him to, in some cases, say, "You like playing Super Mario Sunshine, don't you?"
Yes, I know.
Yeah, that's
He has recorded voice lines for every game on the.
Specifically the ones made by Konami. Again, Castlevania Symphony of the Night, which is self-explanatory. Azure Dreams, which is a dungeon crawler mixed with Pokemon type of, component. Suikoden, which is a tactical, actually it's more of a, collect your army kind of game. And Vandal Hearts, which is a tactical RPG.
So
How do you get the Sunshine one then?
If I did this game, if I did this game in a 3DS remake, you could have had Dr. Lautrec.
To explain, Shiroi, as for the Super Mario Sunshine one, that's Twin Snakes, which actually upped the amount of games you can have in there.
Yeah, basically.
Since it was a GameCube exclusive, they included some Nintendo games in there.
We had to retool on that front. If I recall correctly, are Sunshine, Wind Waker, Smash Bros, and Eternal Darkness.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have no Konami or like a mainline Nintendo GameCube games, what does it say? It's like, you know what? It doesn't matter if I can read your mind or not. It's cool.
Yeah.
If I recall correctly, it tells that he sees nothing.
Yeah, he skips those particular lines if you don't.
I don't like your taste in
You
video
can
games.
kind of, if you have a keen hearing, you can kind of tell that the voice lines are clearly separate and executed.
Yeah, that would have been really good.
Oh, this is important
You know what?
backstory for mailing.
I always wanted to become a fighter pilot. I fell in love with jets watching them in the movies.
Like Top Gun.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to kill people. That's when I heard that the US Air Force needed people to do BDAs, battle damage assessments.
Those are the guys whose job it is to confirm how successful a bombing run was.
Yeah, so I started to do research into aerial photography and air intelligence. I made it my major.
But there are no pilots who only do BDAs.
That's right. But by the time I learned that, I was already an expert in my field.
Okay then.
Wonderful for you.
So what if instead for that part, if you don't have the games that he's looking for, he's just like, you have. And he's just like, you know what? I don't even have to address you. Your taste in games sucks.
It's more of a, yeah. The other thing that gets read at the beginning is how many times did you save and how many times you managed, if I recall correctly, to die or not. So Psycho Mantis will change his lines according to that, like say, oh, potentially you're a coward if you save too many times, or, oh, you're also clumsy if you die too many times, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Again, nowadays this stuff is much more common. Again, prime example, is Undertale, for example, how it tracks your progress with the game. But again, for the time being, this was literally out there.
Yeah, it was. But basically, I'm pretty confident that Toby Fox played this game back in the day, and that's where he got that idea from. Because
oh no, not the wolf!
Not like
yes, the wolf.
Only like Hideo Kojima.
Well, look at the bright side. Oh.
Okay.
Look at the bright side to you. At least it's not a wolf that can also snipe you.
That being said, this also foreshadows what will the next boss be. Obviously.
You were saying Pixy?
Yeah, go on. Sorry.
Oh, thank you. Well, I was gonna say, I think it's really cool, like where there's a moment in the game where it like judges all of your actions and it lets you know that it's been paying attention.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
I don't think that it's exclusively Hideo Kojima. But
Oh, no.
like maybe he was inspired by Hideo Kojima.
Oh, it's not exclusively, obviously, because there's plenty of people. But that's the thing, Pixie. This is one of the most influential video games ever made. So it's not just possible. It's very probable that Toby Fox was influenced by this game, like a lot of people were.
Yeah.
If I recall correctly, some old like Commodore 64 style text RPGs would literally do the same things, but they had to do it out of necessity, in order to make the adventure more immersive. But that style of gameplay, required it to do it anyway. It wasn't a thing that you were not supposed to expect.
Be careful. Wolves have the advantage in the dark. Not only can they see better, but they have a keen sense of smell as well. You'd better use your night vision goggles.
Thanks, Colonel.
Well, if we're the same as one is Frozen 2010, we're actually safe.
Those are night vision goggles. They do
Oh,
not
didn't we already ask her about the
Yeah,
night
I know.
vision goggles?
I noticed, and I skipped over it. Yeah.
Maybe we should ask McDonald Miller about the animals, though. Oh, I guess not.
No, not for now.
Surprised you didn't, given how we're now in an animal-based terrain.
That is true. I guess I slipped my mind. Anyway, okay. So once again, this is a close space, so our radar doesn't quite work on this one. So let's try our best to get through. Oh, there's another little wolf there.
Oh boy.
Okay, there you go.
Oh boy, my favorite piece of equipment, the
Night vision goggles. There you go. Okay, if I remember correctly, we're going to get to the point where... Oh, there's Meryl.
Hey Meryl, there's literally a wolf on your rear there.
Snake, what's wrong?
We're not keeping it.
Sorry, Meryl, we can't keep this one. No, did you know? Did you?
The love icon.
Yeah, the little heart.
It's a popper.
Yeah. Sorry, Meryl, we can't keep it. We're in the middle of a freaking dangerous mission with terrorists, so it's not exactly safe to
It'll be a few more games before he gets his own dog.
Yeah, he's like, the battlefield is no place for pets.
Not only that, Meryl, but the wolves seem to be on the terrorist side.
Meryl?
Yeah.
Yes, that's her name.
That's her name.
I thought you were talking about I thought you were talking to somebody in the voice chat.
No.
And like accidentally said Meryl.
Oh wait, Meryl's your actual name? Shoot, I didn't know
No?
that.
Place is mine. I'll take care.
That's not my actual
Stay
name.
back, okay?
The radar isn't working. And since we can't use the mine detector either...
Leave it to me.
Okay, so yeah.
mine detector.
So yeah, basically this is kind of a little memory game. Meryl will chart the entire path you have to take in order to not get hit by any of the mines, meaning you have to follow her footprints that get left on the snow, basically.
Again,
It's like the snow puzzle in Undertale.
Yeah.
That too.
Yes.
There you go. That's
this is another also callback to Metal Gear 2.
That's another reason why I'm convinced of what I was saying, Pixie. I don't have evidence, of course, but it's very hard not.
Actually, I posted something in the info dump, so
Yeah.
straight from Toby himself. Yes, very much inspired by Kojima.
Yep, there you go.
Then again, keep in mind, stuff like Hunt Down the Freeman was apparently inspired by Kojima, so we do not know how much capacity.
Again, we have to remember that back in the late 90s when this game came out, this game shook up the entire industry. This game was completely unlike anything anyone has ever seen before. You know, like it was so radically different than everything else, and again, it completely changed. It practically created the narrative-driven game, you know.
Toby was very much inspired by both Kojima and Taro, and you can tell.
Oh, definitely. And possibly Shiroi...
Sorry, let's not forget his biggest inspiration, Mother.
That too, obviously.
But also stuff, for example...
Let's not forget Shiroi Fumito Ueda, because I'm still convinced Shadow of the Colossus took a part in it.
And we know Ace Attorney did.
Well, obviously.
I can also suggest, ironic of all things, the Game Boy Advance Tingle games, because some of that weird Japanese humor is in those. It's actually close to the one that you find in Undertale.
Indeed, beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
And now Sans is in Smash.
There you go.
Like Castlevania, don't you?
There we go.
There it is.
Yes, I'm sure he does.
And yeah, Seafood Grenade is a great game anyway, so why not?
I mean, actually, I'm disappointed though because we didn't own Bomberman at the time. So
no, sorry, Dubs.
I mean, we did get a solid Snake Bomber in the Super Bomberman R.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Dibs, but in Twin Snakes, there's not a line that says, "You like playing Bomberman X-Zero, don't you?"
No, that's a page over. That came out. It came out
didn't
before
exist at the
X-Zero.
time.
Yeah.
I can only.
X-Zero is a 360 exclusive.
How about this, Dwibs? God, what was that other game that you? Never mind. I totally forgot where I was going with this. All right. With that out of the way, all right. Now that we've defeated Psycho Mantis, should be smooth sailing from here, right?
Absolutely.
Totally.
Okay. All right. Tune in next time for we meet my personal favorite boss battle in the game.
Oh, that one's your favorite. Interesting.
Well, it's more so. Well, it's more so because of the cutscene that follows it. Because it's my favorite cutscene in the game. But see you for that, everybody.
Yeah.
Ta-ta.
Bye.